Hey guys, I am back. It's been a little while, but it's usually a little while because I am horrible about being consistent, but we know this, so yeah, that's neither here nor there. Wow, so a lot of things are happening, but not at the same time, and I feel like that's the case for everybody, like, quarantine, self-isolation, so, all like drastic things, but then once we're actually settled into our houses what once we're actually settled into our homes, like, are we actually doing anything? Probably not. So the last day of classes for me, like the last day of in-person classes for me, was March 11th. And I remember it's like this crazy thing because like everybody was just like tweeting and just like, why is school not closed for us? I go to a CUNY school, so it's like a public school, City University of New York. And people are like, why are SUNYs and CUNYs, that's State University of New York, yeah, that was right. Why are we not closed? Like, all these private schools are closed, like, they just don't care about us. There's just like this uproar, and like my school specifically, people were like, let's go to the president's office and just like stand outside and like cough and just like all this wildness. And then that day, school ended up being canceled for the rest of, or we were on hold for a week while they figured out the best platforms to move classes to. Then we started up again. Then we had another like recalibration period to get students laptops, because like, there are tons of CUNY students who live below the poverty line and who have, not great living situations, and they're finding ways to make sure everyone had a Wi-Fi, and it was like, great and all that stuff like that. But consequently, I was really struggling with getting classes done, so I managed to configure my schedule to have all of my classes on Tuesdays and Fridays, which is a lot. My days would be from like 11 to 5, and I'd usually just go home and crash. And it was the Tuesday, Friday classes were the ones that were often, we'd find out on the Tuesday, or we'd find out on Wednesday that we weren't having school for the next week, and then there'd be no class on Friday, there'd be no class on Tuesday, and then class would start back up on Wednesday or Thursday. So I missed out a lot on my Tuesday, Friday classes, and, procrastination and motivation, none of that was there. And somewhere in the midst of all of that, I got an email from my dorm saying that, it was the Tuesday. They were like, hey, you got to be out by Friday, because, public property, repurposing it, medical space, all that good stuff. So then now, as you'll see from my unfamiliar background, I'm sitting in my friend's kitchen. I decided to stay here. She has Wi-Fi. Also didn't really feel like going home. And yeah, so now I'm here to the end of the semester. And I'm really just trying to get my shit together, guys. Like, there are 2 weeks left of the semester. There's so much work that I haven't done that I still have to do. And there was a few points where I'm just like, I just kind of don't want to do it anymore. Like, I'll just fail. But I'm supposed to finally be finished in school in December. And, longtime followers will know that whole struggle, that whole thing of, like, what was going on. My accessibility office is a piece of poop on a stick. They were just terrible with regard to like my accommodations for a math class that completely threw off the trajectory of my like career plans. I was planning to double major in psych and English. Now I'm only majoring in English, minoring in religion, and psych just was put on the back burner because I was never able to finish that math class. I went through so many like periods of where, in retrospect, I'm pretty sure it was just like some form of like depression and just stuff like that, because just there was so much going on, and there was a point where I didn't know when I'd be graduating, so it just seemed endless. There's a lot to throw at you guys, but I'm just giving you all of my life updates, and this is all, if not necessarily relevant to the other things that I'm saying in the video, it's all just about my life, and I'm back, right? You like hearing my voice and seeing my face, right? Right? But anyway, though, so, after just all of that, I'm finally supposed to be finished in December, and I'm just like, I don't want to jeopardize that. Like, I just want to be done. I would just like to be finished. So now I'm attempting to get it together. I'm attempting to be more productive. I don't know if you guys know, I've probably mentioned this in passing over the years, but I have a novel that I'm working on. I was hoping to have my first draft finished this month on Easter, and that did not happen because whole ass pandemic is happening. So I just be like, wow, you should get some writing done. And then 2 weeks later, yeah, you should really do some of that writing. And then like a couple days later, okay, at least open the file and look at it and read it. Yeah, no, maybe. And so I finally finished the chapter. So this is something that I've been kind of tossing around for years that I think I'm finally going to get done. I don't know how many more vlogs I'm going to do because there's not much for me to talk about. There's not a lot of, I guess maybe still college life stuff, but not a lot of blindness things happening. One beautiful thing about, just all of this is the weeks leading up to it, like, New York City declaring a state of emergency and all this stuff like that. As a blind person and, no one knowing who has it, who has the Rona, if they're asymptomatic, people weren't grabbing me. Guys, it was like beautiful. Like I was just like walking down the street, and yes, people still offered me assistance and stuff like that, but they didn't just like grab me and just assume that I needed help. There was no one dragging me across the street. Like I feel like there may have been like one or two like elderly people who were still just like, oh, taking my arm, like, here, let me help you across the street. But again, there was no one grabbing me, and it was glorious. All of my condolences to all of the people who have like passed away, to the people who've lost people, but for me, I've just, before it really escalated here, I know as of today we have over 1 million like confirmed cases in the U.S. and like over 50,000 people have like died, which is wild. That is my word of this situation, like of the year, of the pandemic, of the social isolation. Well, we're New York on pause. We weren't actually like, there's no shelter in place laws, which I think I have many thoughts on that, but that's neither here nor there. But just like, it's wild, and I recently just, everything in my life was unsustainable. Like, just this not going outside, unsustainable. But anyway, what was I talking about? Right. So, it's really unfortunate, and that's definitely no joking matter, but for me, before it escalated here, I was just like, wow, okay, so yes, people are dying, and it is really unfortunate, as I said, but benefits, no one's grabbing me or dragging me, or like it's like, oh, blind person, but blind people might still have the Rona, so let's not do that. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so all this to say that, so I read a lot, and over the years I've been thinking about like joining Booktube. There are so many Booktubers that I really like, and I'm like, well, why not start a new hobby? Hopefully I'll be a little more consistent with that. I'll post a link to my like Goodreads like profile. Like guys, I read a lot. Like I fucking love books. I am definitely obsessed. But I always tell people, like, of the things to be obsessed with, like I feel like this is one of the more healthier things, except when I don't do my homework and I focus only on the books. But that's neither here nor there. And so, I've been watching like a lot more Booktubers, and like I said, I feel like I won't have much blindness content. Perhaps there may, if anyone has any questions or anything like that, definitely feel free to like tweet them at me or like leave comments in here, just like blindness things that I have not yet answered. And I'm sure I'll like come up with college things, whether it's my own experience or that of my friends. But, I think I am going to shift gears a little bit. I, still do some reaction videos. I'll have one coming up actually soon. There's one more video that was requested, actually, that I have not yet posted. So, I'll do all of that. But yeah, like I said, I'm hoping to shift on over to doing some Booktube videos. Like, I've read a lot of good books. I've done a really good job with regard to, like, choosing books. They were just, like, at random. Goodreads was like, hey, you're a couple, like, 30-something books behind on your reading challenge, so here, 2 months free of Kindle Unlimited, which I'd always thought about getting, but I was like, I don't know if I want to pay the money. Like, I already have an Audible subscription, and then, like, I just buy the Kindle books as I want them, which, like, I guess overall is, like, cheaper in the end, but then I feel like because I'm spending money on the Kindle Unlimited, I also feel more inclined to like get the books and whatever. It's a cycle, but so I'm just using the trial and I'm just like getting books, and just a lot of them have been like pretty shorter then I liked, I've noticed that a lot of the times with a lot of the like self-published books, like they get them out faster, but they're shorter, which isn't a bad thing. Like if it's still good in terms of quality, but I really appreciate like a nice long, like 400 or 500 page book, even like 300 pages. But a lot of the ones I've read have been like, I don't know, 150 or like 200, and I'm just like, okay, this is great, but I want more. I want more story. But yeah, so I have a lot of books. I have a lot that, I can talk about with regards to them. My friend and I were also thinking about like doing a few things together while I'm here. She is contemplating booktubing, so, she might like sort of use it as a launching off point. Like it's just like, oh, hey, I've done a couple of videos with Sulai. Now you guys go check out her channel, like a collab from a very, 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 very small YouTube channel and a non-existent YouTube channel, but whatever, right? We're helping each other out. But anyway, yeah, so I don't really know what else to say. Oh, yes. I like exercise. In terms of exercise, I've not done any. Like I used to go to the gym weekly and then do like cardio stuff, and I've definitely gained some weight, which I'm not happy about in the slightest. And every day I'm like, okay, you're gonna do some exercise now, it's gonna be great, and then I don't, and then it's a vicious cycle, YouTube. It's a vicious cycle. But I really, like, in this next month that I'll be here until the semester ends before I go home, I definitely want to just like get that together. My appetite has like gone down quite a bit. Like I'll eat like, because I'm not burning energy, I'm not doing anything. So I'll like eat once, and then like my head will be hurting in the nighttime, and I'm like, oh, maybe because you only ate breakfast today, and it's just like, so I'll eat like a snack or something like that. So I'm not eating a lot, but I feel like even though I still try to make it kind of healthful. Like I'll make sure there's veggies, but it's still very carb heavy, which, helps with the pounds. And I've also been doing a lot of baking, which I already loved, but what the fuck else am I gonna do now? So I haven't tweeted in a while, but I do have a picture of like the last loaf of bread that I baked, which was a success. It was delicious. But so it's just very carb heavy. I've had like a lot of pasta and bread and potatoes, and then sugar, like, baking brownies and cookies and all that good stuff. So wish me luck on this like productivity with the booktube, on writing my novel, on just all of that stuff. I have a couple of new subscribers. I did not check what my current number is, but hi, thanks for joining the party. I need like a name. Like you guys will be like the Lillettes or something. The Florettes! Oh my god, you will be the Florettes. It'll be Lily and the Florettes. Okay, when I inevitably forget this, like some diehard fan, if I like get one of those, like who's just watched all of my videos, just remind me that, on April... I don't know what the day is. My days have also been blurring together. I asked my friend 3 times today if it was Tuesday. April 28th. This video might not go up today, but on April 28th, or whenever this video goes up, you told us that we would be the Florettes. Also, since this is like the final, or temporary final, like college life and blindness video, we're going on hiatus, like an official hiatus, not just me not making a video for a long time. I used to try to come up with like a jingle, and it never really worked out. Like I could never come up with anything good. The one that keeps sticking in my head was like college life and blindness, do 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 do, and like I would have loved to have like some instruments and like all this stuff in the background. So maybe while this vlog is on its hiatus, like I'll find some people to like compile that, put that together for me. I have a lot of musician friends. Yes, I am also a musician, but that is neither here nor there. It is not anywhere. Oh, this video was just a ramble, which you guys should expect from me, but I didn't even like write notes sometimes. Like I do that so I can pretend like I know what I'm talking about, and am like, going to follow like a regular train of thought. But so I'm an intern at this organization called Rightopia Lab. It's an organization that aims to foster foster joy, literacy, and critical thinking, maybe, in like young writers. They help students with their writing from 6 to 18, and I was included in this anthology that they wrote. It's called Love Letters. It's called Love Letters to the Mothers and Fathers of the African Diaspora, and so it's by all like students of African descent, Afro dash whatever, whether it's African or Afro-American, Afro-Caribbean, Afro whatever, and just talking about their experiences. You know, it was prompted by a student, you know, after our darling commander-in-chief, Trump, called Haiti and other African nations shithole countries. Like, some of the students were like either being bullied or just like, you know, were really struggling to kind of cope with that. And so this was their response, and I would love it if you guys would like buy like a copy, whether it's in Kindle or paperback. It's gonna go toward, you know, their scholarship programs and stuff like that. Then you can see my writing. It's really not that great of a piece. I kind of wish I'd rewritten it, but I definitely, like, I'd been putting it off because I had papers to do, and I wrote it really quickly, and I think it's good, and I have a lot of good ideas in it, but I feel like I could have like tightened it up. But hey, my name is on something on Amazon that can be purchased. Like, that is amazing. So yeah, like, if anyone has any questions, any ideas, like, I'm definitely open to just like reappearing for these vlog videos and stuff. But as of right now, I don't really have much or like anything to talk about, or nothing interesting, I feel. I could probably come up with some story times if I really think, like, I always have something crazy happening in my life, so we'll see. But yeah, like I said, I'm shifting on over to like more Booktube focused. I might bring back, like, do some more covers. I'm still doing remote lessons with my music school, so, you know, that might be how I culminate my music school year, since, you know, no recital, like, no, we had an annual concert that we normally do that was canceled. So yeah, that was a nice ramble. Life update, channel direction, self-quarantine, that's wrong, I'm not, like, social isolation, yes. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. You know, we're self-isolating, so tell your friends to go watch my old videos and like subscribe and stuff like that, and get into my Booktube videos when I start that.